Show feel. Ha ha! Alright, cool. Come on, let's get out of here.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Today I'm going to do a review on 23andMe, the genetic testing kit and website. Kit I've already done, so that's the kits that you can buy. Now they have it for $100 or $200. $200 gives you the ancestry information. I bought it at the early stages when it was $100 for everything altogether. So once you get it, you spit in your tube, you send it back, and then they will email you maybe about a month later telling you your genetic information is ready to be viewed, and you just log in and bam, this is what will be pulled. All the information on the left hand side, as you can see, you got different information there about your ancestry, your carrier statuses for different diseases, your genetic health risk. So if you're at risk for different diseases and things like that, like your physical traits, your wellness, your DNA relatives, share and compare so you could do it with other people. Of course, research information, so you answer questions and help them with their research. And so I'm just going to click on a couple of them just to show you guys the different pages, different information. So as far as ancestries.com, or as far as the ancestry is concerned, my ancestry report pulls up. This is how everybody's would pull up, but basically just tells you where my genetic ancestry is from. So based on my DNA, my relatives or my past connections are to West Africa, and I have 92% West African. So if you click on that, then it'll give you a little more details into your genetic background. So you got for me personally, sub-Saharan African, West African, Nigeria heritage. I got 3.4 European in me. Mainly it seems the British. Of course, British people conquered almost the entire world and raped and pillaged different lands. So almost all of us will have a little bit of British in us. But I got a little bit of East Asian, 0.1%. That's not even a lot, but it's still there. And you go down and it will break down your genetic chromosomes and why it is that they gave you that marker as far as where your people are coming from or where your genes is coming from. And then it'll even pull back as far as dates is concerned from the 1970s and so on and so forth. And more details down below. This is the real breakdown of your genetic information. So what you're looking at is the actual genetic chromosome pattern. So it's showing you how my chromosomes became sub-Saharan African and so on and so forth. So it's just showing you how it got to that conclusion as far as your DNA is concerned. And this is how, again, everybody's would pull up. So keep on going, look through some more stuff here, check out some more information that they are giving. So you have the details of how it is that they come up with where each person's genetic information is coming from. So they show you how they got that, how they pull it up. And the way that they basically do it is they take, as you send in your genetic information, they take genetic information from other people all over the world. The people who work with them, their own family members, and using that information, they are able to then cross-reference it with every other person's information, and that's how they're able to say, well, you come from here, or you come from here, and so on and so forth. So the more people who do it, the more accurate they can pinpoint the DNA or the genetics. Another tab to check out here would be let's try out traits, see what that's like. So when you click on traits, it'll just basically tell you what they think my DNA says about me. So it'll say things like I should have likely a little freckling, so I should have freckles a little bit. I actually don't have freckles at all. My eye color is likely brown or hazel eyes. As we all know, no one has black eyes. We all have brown or hazel, and so on and so forth. Dimples, I do have a dimple. And just different information that they show you as far as like your traits are concerned, your physical features based on your genetics. Now the part that most people want to know is the DNA relatives, whether or not it is actually legit. And when you click on DNA relatives, what happens is if somebody else has taken a 23andMe and they are your relative, it will tell you and them that a relative is on the network, is on the program. And then it will ask you if you would like to share your information with that person, if that person wants to share their information with you. So what I have, as you can see, is my different various cousins. The one at the top, shout out to my cousin Maisie, is my actual cousin. And yes, she is my second cousin. She is, in fact, my cousin's daughter. So my first cousin had a kid, and her kid is that person that I am related to. So she actually did one after me, I want to say about a year after me, and which really was cool, because then I was able to know that the website legit does work. Other people are also my relatives, but I don't know these people. I've never seen any of these people a day in my life, so it kind of threw me off guard. But to be able to compare my genetic information with my actual family, that to me was like really, really cool. And as I said, it shows how it is that we are related or could be related. The information about our parents we put in, it shows me her genetic background as far compared to my genetic background. It shows how it is that we're related as far as what genes are related to one another. It shows relatives that we may share, or how it is that these people are connected to me and thus connected to her. It shows how our DNA breaks down as far as being identical to one another, so how close it is that we are to one another. And I think that the DNA relative part is actually really, really cool. That was like the main purpose of me even getting the 23andMe, was to connect to people who might be related to me, and then I might not know them. Another cool thing is the health risk information. Now this part they're actually working on getting even better. So what they really want to do is they want to be able to give people real information about their health, possible diseases that they can get in their as they grow older, and things like that. They really want to share that information with people and gather it. And I think that that's really, really cool, because then you will be able to know your health information, which will make it a little bit easier for health insurance and things like that. Also, health insurance companies want to buy in on this information, because if they can get this, then they can charge us higher rates, which is not the purpose of this thing. But I just wanted to share the review of 23andMe. Wanted you guys to be able to check it out, take a look at it. I encourage everybody to go ahead and buy 23andMe, and let's all never forget that we're all doing the same thing, just trying to be happy and survive.